So life will take us down many roads, and I think that upon completing part of a journey, it's always good to look back and see how much you can learn from one part of your journey, one road that you've gone down. So what I will be talking about, what Tech has taught me thus far. I'll be graduating in December, and it's been quite a long journey for me. I'm a transfer student, but I've been here at Tech for 3 years. And so first, Tech has taught me that I'm not the smartest person, but you can always try your hardest. You can always give it your all. Secondly, motivation is essential to learning. Have you ever had a time when you tried to learn something and you just didn't have the will? You were really bored with the material. That time was very unproductive. You didn't get a lot out of it. But take a time when you really had something that you really wanted to learn, and then from that time you were intrigued about what you were learning about it. You were very productive. So just to reiterate that, motivation is essential to learning. And lastly, I can. Believing that you actually can get through something. I used to think that I couldn't get through Tech. I used to think that it was over my head, that it was impossible. I was thinking, I have 3 years left. How can I get through this? Well, just take each week, take each day as it goes, schedule out your time, trying to organize yourself. But not in a physical sense of me trying to think that I can, like running a marathon or something, but mentally preparing yourself that I am capable of doing something hard. So in closing, I will say that I'll coin the phrase, you don't know what you have till it's gone. Cherish the time at Tech. Like I said, I'm graduating in December, so I don't necessarily, going through all of my years at Tech, I didn't always think that it was the best thing. At times I thought it sucked. But I've learned that this is a really challenging period in my life, and I'm learning a lot through it. So try and take every moment that you have here and just take it as it comes. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Owen, what was the time?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Nick?
8 on MERS.
8 on moves. Okay. So let's with the positives.
Oh, like as in pauses?
Like say,
Oh, okay, yeah.
But the thing is you could have actually had more, but you did a good job pausing to prevent some of them.
Yeah.
So the next step is just taking that pause a couple more times to gather your thoughts, because as they're transitioning.
Okay.
David, how is the volume? Is it good? Did you kill him?
I have a question. Can y'all see my sweaty forehead?
Not at all.
No?
I can't even.
Okay.
You came across as very calm and you're totally
Yeah.
very sincere. Yeah.
Okay. Well, like when I'm giving a speech or something, usually I think, that's what I think of. I think of fast heart rate, hand motions, sweaty forehead, and if you guys can see that or not. So I just didn't know.
So what kind of opening did he give?
There was none. You did not use a dramatic opening, Andrew. You just started talking. And
Yeah.
you kept the same volume level. Andrew, you get 2 for the price of 1 if you raise your voice when you begin to speak. I say 2 for the price of 1. That makes it dramatic, and then you drop down to a more moderate level, and that gives you variation. So you get both dramatic opening and variation.
Kind of draws you in. So how could I have improved that?
You could have said something like, as you walked up, you could have turned to the audience and said, "There's much to be learned by being a student at Georgia Tech. I have been here 3 years, and I have learned several things that I want to share with you tonight." Now notice how I raised my voice.
Yeah.
And then I would drop down and say, the first thing I learned, it's very important, is, and then you'd start reading your list.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, no,
Got
that's,
it.
that's great, that's great.
No, that's definitely a good point. Well, it's not just the content of the opening, but also how you do it. Like the non-verbals. I guess the raise the volume was a verbal, but also like the body language too. In terms of, are you come up here really stiff, or are you really, more dynamic? What else do we know? So let's focus on a positive. Pratik, could you name a positive, please?
Yes, I think you have good enunciation.
Good enunciation, so good clarity. What else? Giovanni?
Thank you.
Good eye contact, yeah. I was
Yeah,
at
100%
three.
eye contact. You had good body motion. You actually looked to me like you were walking to the thirds, speaking to each one and walking to another third.
Yeah, he talked to me about that beforehand. Plus, I also saw him walk
Good.
over there.
Good.
So how do you comment on the hand gestures?
They got better as you went along, but when you started off, you only had one gesture. You had the palette in your hand and you would do this. That was the only gesture
Open
you
and
used
close?
for like the first 30 minutes, 30 seconds, maybe the first minute. And when you got to the end, then you started varying your gestures.
Yeah.
But at first, it was pretty standard.
I'm not really a hand gesture guy. Usually if I
Well,
start
you gotta
using
develop it.
hand
What does a
gestures, it
hand
means I don't
gesture
know
do?
what I'm talking about.
Andrew, a hand gesture gives visual impact to the words you're saying. And so it doubles the efficacy of your speech when you do that. You have not only verbal, but visual. So you gotta learn to do it, dude. What are the four
Fist
kinds
bump.
of gestures, Andrew?
This,
Okay, it's two-handed dramatic,
this,
single dramatic.
this.
No. Andrew, you have subtle gestures within the outline of your body, two-handed like this, and one-handed like this. And you have dramatic gestures outside the outline of your body, single-handed, double-handed. Use all of them. And you
Got
say
it.
gestures are not your thing, then you need to work on it especially hard.
Yes, I do.
And the best way to do that is just think about what you're saying and what that actually symbolizes when you're saying it. So you're saying, stay united. That's when you can put one hand up in the air. But as you're speaking, just remember. That can be more of a lower thing with two hands, so just remember. So that's what I really do for that, is instead of just thinking about how the content matches kind of the visual aspect.
Okay,
It is hard to do unconsciously, but you'll get used to it.
okay.
I feel like you cadence of your speech. It's a good speed of delivery, right? It has great enunciation, good clarity, but and you have good body, but just really add some dynamic hand gestures. So 2 key takeaways. Opening, boom,
Yeah,
right? And second thing, hand gestures, varying.
okay.
Is that good?
Also, don't say thank you at the end.
Oh, yeah, so.
Did I say thank you?
You said thank you.
Oh, you're gonna end it perfectly? But
Yeah.
you said, so that's all I have. Thank
Yeah,
you."
yeah,
I was
I
like,
know.
come on, Andrew, get off.
Stop talking.
Good job overall with the vocal characters. I mean, the volume back there was very, very good.
Okay.
Your voice really projected.
All right, thank you.
Bravo.
Hey.
You make a good guinea pig, Andrew.